On Friday, Wits University postponed the General Assembly, saying they couldn't come to a consensus with student leaders. That led protesting students to decide to continue with their shutdown of the university this week, despite the institution saying that classes would resume today. Earlier in the morning, classes resumed and protesting students moved from the Great Hall to the West Campus, moving from lecture hall to another, disrupting classes.
Hey guys, this big distraction of the water. Please, let them leave.
Following that incident, police then moved in and arrested two students who were carrying sticks. Police said students were not allowed to carry sticks or even conceal their faces with any other items. The institution also warned students against doing so, saying they could face suspension.
I didn't harm anyone.
With the stick, we didn't harm anyone?
No.
We were doing what with the stick?
The stick is to get away. To get a barricade. I'm not harming anyone. So why am I here? Please.
After these two students were arrested, protesting students then moved back to the Great Hall, where they demanded access into the Great Hall. But there was private security guarding the Great Hall. Students counted from 5, calling on the private security to move from the entrance of the Great Hall so they can access it and hold a meeting. When the private security didn't move, students then started pelting stones at the private security. Leading to a confrontation that ultimately led to police moving in, firing stun grenades, rubber bullets and using a water cannon to disperse the protesting students.
Why are you shooting at us? I'm doing my job.
After running battles with authorities on Wits campus, the students then were pushed off onto the streets of Braamfontein, where they proceeded to block off the roads from any traffic from flowing. Any cars that tried to move through the streets were pelted with stones and rocks from the demonstrators. Following that, some of the students then moved up Jarrison Street, where they then pelted a bus that was trying to move on Mogale Street. When the bus then stopped, they pelted it with stones and rocks, and eventually it was torched.
This is what remains of the Patco bus that tried to drive through the students' protest. According to bystanders, the driver tried to drive through where the protest was going on, and what happened was that the students then charged at the bus, took over the bus, had the passengers come out of the bus and the bus driver walk out of the bus, and they then set the bus alight. And as you can see, everything is charred. There is absolutely nothing left of the bus. Even the seating inside of the bus, everything has gone out of the bus. Everything is burnt off the bus. As you can see, the seats, the steering wheel, everything of the bus has been burnt, and nothing of it is left. All because the protesters, the students, wanted to send a message to government. They want their voices heard, and they want to make sure that the message is clear to government. The bus has been burned off and nothing of it is left. It's just ashes and ashes of the bus left here in Braamfontein.
After the bus was petrol bombed and was set on fire, police continued moving through the streets of Braamfontein with their nyala, firing rubber bullets at the protesting students. One of the shops here in Braamfontein on the corner of Kgothatso and Kgothatso Street were then pelted with stones and its windows left shattered as it appeared as though demonstrators tried to loot the store. What complicated the matter even further is that some non-Wits students joined the demonstration later this afternoon. Police then brought in reinforcement, with there being now 3 nyalas moving through the streets of Braamfontein as opposed to the one that was earlier running up and down the streets. As the demonstrations continue well into the evening, it's unclear how the impasse will be resolved, despite the intense scenes that have played out here in the streets of Braamfontein today. Zianda Ngobo, Eyewitness News, Braamfontein.